Hello, how are you, my dears? Welcome back to our episodes of our program in feed business. Today, we'll talk about the baseline of feeding and nutrition before to go on depth in poultry or dairy nutrition. We need to know the baseline of the feeding and nutrition. The baseline relating to how to evaluate your feeds and your feed material. Okay, today we'll talk about in concise statements about that points. We have two ways to evaluate our feeds and our feed material. The first way related to chemical analysis, the next way related to feeding values. If we have enough time, we'll talk about feeding values because feeding values related to digestion trial and performance trial, and it differ from species to another. But the chemical analysis, it's the same for all species because all of this is laboratory processes. So we will start with chemical composition or chemical analysis. When we talk about chemical composition, we have the main analysis and it's called proximate analysis and differentiation for inside each nutrient. Okay, so we will explain each point when we talk about it. Okay, the first one is proximate analysis. We have six analyses. It's called proximate analysis. The first analysis is Moocher. Moocher is the first one and very important. Okay, is a easy determination, but should be calculated in right and appropriate way. We use oven to measure Moocher. We have two types of moisture, as we mentioned in last episodes. We have primary moisture, it's inside green material, and the secondary moisture, it's inside the air dried material. We should calculate moisture to uh, calculate dry matter, and dry matter, all of requirements and formulation and feeding system depends on dry matter, so should be calculated in appropriate and right way. Okay, also when you purchase material, you purchase your material based on dry matter content. So for example, if your agreement based on 12 or 13 dry matter, and the material when it comes to you was 14%, that's mean you purchased 1% as water. Yes, the next determination is ash. Ash also is so easy determination. Ash means the inorganic material inside our feeds or our feed material. We measure ash by muffin. Okay, this means we fire our material to lose all organic material. The remaining of after this process of after this determinations means ash. Ash, it's easy determination but very important. Ash express for inorganic material in your feeds and your feed material. Ash considers the first impression if something wrong inside your feeds or your feed material. So don't ignore to determine ash in feeds and feed material. The third analysis is crude protein. Yes, crude protein is very important because just most of feed materials price and the feed price depends on crude protein at same by the way. So crude protein determined by Is the wet chemistry determined by Kildare method is the oldest method, but still all modification depends on Kildare method, and to determine the nitrogen content of feeds or feed material, then multiply it with 6.25 to convert it from nitrogen to crude protein. Crude protein means it's all of nitrogen content inside the feed and feed material. And inside crude protein, we have two type of nitrogen content: true protein, yes, and NPN. NPN is mean non-protein nitrogen. That's mean all components have nitrogen, but not inside, not as a true protein firm. True proteins means as a amino acid compounds more than 50 amino acid together. Okay, its name's true protein. Less than that, it consider NPN. Yes, NPN like peptides, like amino acid. If we measure amino acid inside the material is as a separate any nitrogen source out of true protein shape, it's considered NPN. Yes. The fourth one is ether extract, or refers to in tables EE. Ether extract or crude fat. It's measured by sock salt apparatus. It's measure all fat content in feeds and feed material, all fats, fatty acid, and everything, all derivatives of fats, waxes, and pigments, all of these inside the fat content. It's E or ether extract. The fifth determination is crude fiber. Crude fiber. Crude fiber express for all the fiber sources inside the our feeds and our feed material. This consisted of crude fiber, consisted of cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, pectin, and all of fibers. But in dairy nutrition, you should not crude fiber not important like that fraction of fiber. In dairy nutrition, we need to measure NDF, ADF. What's the meaning of NDF? NDF is an abbreviation, refers to neutral detergent fiber. Neutral detergent fiber. This measure consisted of cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin. Yes, and the percentage of this measure should be around 30% in our TMR in dairy nutrition. And then the next one in crude fiber, we need to measure ADF. ADF, acid detergent fiber. It's expressed for cellulose plus plus lignin. Cellulose plus lignin. Okay, and the differences between NDF and ADF gives you hemicellulose. Also, you can measure starch, okay, as a part from crude fiber, and we can calculate NFC, non-fiber carbohydrate, and I will mention about this the equations for this material. Okay, so in each type of animal have more details in crude fiber. By the way, crude fiber it's very important in poultry and should be measured. And nowadays there is a new technology, lignocellulose material related to poultry. It could be used in breeder diets to solve a lot of issue and increase digestibility, and the performance of breeders, especially in broiler breeders. The last determination, 6.1, is NFE. NFE, nitrogen free extract. Nitrogen free extract, it's calculated by difference. Okay. This calculation means approximately around 40 to 50% from all material. This measure NFE express for all, maybe the soluble carbohydrates or all materials out of protein, crude fiber, and ether or fat. Yes, all of these measured in NFE, and NFE as common, they express for soluble carbohydrates, and it is have also an equation we can mention inside this beside post. Today is this episode just an episode related to chemical analysis, to have baseline in our feeds and feed material. In next episode, we will talk about feeding values and what the difference between each species, monogastric and ruminants, in feeding values, and which values should be considered when we read the feed tables and uh, requirements for animals, because as I mentioned in the beginning, each type or each species of animal have the way different way in digestion, and based on that the performance differs. So we will talk together about that next episode. See you, and I hope for all to be at the best. Thank you.